you've already watched some of my analysis on gold, which I drop on my channel, then you should know what I am expecting on gold, all right? But this week it's a bit tricky. So in my previous videos, I explained that we are moving in an uptrend, and at this point, you can see price bounce off here by forming a W pattern with the neckline broke up, came back for a retest and continue to the upside by breaking previous resistance and support, or support and resistance, closing with a candle body. But I always say that this is monthly time frame, and on monthly time frame, I just look for what the trend is saying. So if you also follow me for some time now, then you should know what I do or how I take most of my trades. All right, if you're not subscribed to this channel, just hit on that subscribe button. So these are all some of the analysis I did on my previous videos, where I talked about the movement of gold for this month. All right, let me just explain a little. So I said that we had the breakout to the upside, by then price was here, then we had this indecision candle, now we had price moving to the upside. This is a resistance level on the monthly time frame which price is rejecting, and this is the support level which price has been rejecting. Let's move to the weekly time frame so you see and understand what I actually meant by that. So you see, this is the resistance level, and I said in my previous video that we're going to have price doing what? Price hitting the resistance level, and then we are going to have price moving in this order, unless of course we would have a breakout to the upside, a retest, then a continuation, or we're going to have a breakout to the downside, a retest, then a continuation to the downside. But then even on the monthly time frame, I also said that we had a point where price can come to for a retest before, you see this point over here. This is what I said. All right, so I said we can have a retest back to this point before having price moving to the upside. But this week, let's look at something here. Gold is looking a little tricky. All right, like I always say, you only need to react to what price will tell you. You need to be patient and see what is happening, and then react to what price is telling you. Wait for the market to come to you. You don't need to chase the market. So last week the weekly candle closed with this pin bar, bearish pin bar. So now are we going to have price coming to this point, or we're going to have price continuing to the upside? This is a very tricky. All right, I would have said that we are going to continue the selling if this candle were to close below this green candle body. But where the candlestick is now, this pin bar, shall I say hammer or pin bar, bearish pin bar is now, is a bit tricky, because we can just have price coming to this point. All right, coming to somewhere around this area, then we continue the buying to the outside. But I'll explain better when we move to the lower time frame. Now let's look at the daily time frame. Now this is the daily time frame. All right, so on the daily time frame, I have my key zones that I usually mark. So one of the key zones is this looks very huge, but I always know what I'm looking at. Then we have another key zone over here. All right, so it's possible that price will come to this point. If you can see, price has started rejecting somehow around this area, but price can just come to this point, then we can have the buying to the upside. That's what I'm saying is a very tricky thing on gold this week. All right, so we can have something like this. All right, so when I predicted that we're going to have price coming back to the resistance, or you see it happened like that, and liquidity has been grabbed, so it's possible that we can have the retracement back to this place, and then we continue buying, or we are going to have a retracement this way, then we continue selling. So we are going to have, this is a daily time frame, we'll move to the 4-hour time frame for you to actually understand. All right, so we are just going to have price coming to this point, then we can continue the buying, or better still, we have price coming to at least this place, at least this point, then we can continue the selling. So we are going to have something like this. All right, so it's a bit tricky on gold this week, so you actually need to play safe and wait for price to come to you. So you see, this is what I'm saying. So it's either we are going to have price coming back, pulling back a little to this point, then so we are going to have a little pullback, or maybe at this point, then we had price continuing the buy to the upside, or we are going to have price coming to this point. You see this point over here, this resistance and support zone, then we can continue the selling. So the resistance support zone is going to be something like this, giving us a Quasimodo pattern. All right, so this is basically what I'm looking at on gold this week. We need to play safe. Like I said, it's a bit tricky. If the sellers give us the opportunity, we continue to sell. If the buyers give us opportunity, we continue to buy, because you need confirmation before you enter a trade. You don't just enter a trade because price is moving in an uptrend. You don't just enter a trade because price is moving in a downtrend, or you see red and blue candles. All right, you need confirmation. So whatever confirmation we are going to get, price action, then we continue our buying, or whatever price action we see, then we can continue by the sellers, then we can continue selling. If you are not part of my Telegram channel, just hit on that subscribe button. I'll see you there. Bye.